What can we learn from the election? That's the question that I've been asking myself over the past few days. And there's a lot to unpack. And I am visibly happy, albeit a little feeling defeated since meron din mga mailang kandidato natin na hindi nakapasok pero we got more than what we asked for. And that in it of itself is a win for me. Hi, I'm Gabe. If you're new here, I am a social political content creator on TikTok, migrating over here at YouTube. So if you like my content, if nanonood ka sa TikTok and magustuhan mo tong longer form, please consider subscribing. I want to go over a few things that I've been thinking about over the past week of the victory. I want to call it a victory since kahit marami sa mga kandidatong kinampanya ko ang hindi nakapasok, nakapasok pa rin yung mga pangunahing manok, quote unquote. Kiko, Bam, Luke, sorry, I hope, Kiko, Bam, Attorney Chell, and Laila De Lima. So, number one, I wanted to talk about is that I I've been saying this for quite some time. I don't trust the polls, the surveys, and how they're conducted. I have a statistics major on my psychology course when I was in college. So I respect the process that which these polls and surveys go through. Alam ko kung gaano kahirap, kagrueling, ka tedious yung process ng pagsasurvey. And I just can't help but question the integrity of these surveys. Bakit? Because they were so good at convincing people that it almost convinced us, tayo na mga nasa panig ni na Kiko, Bam, Chell, at uh, Laila na we had no chance of winning. Mind you that the Akbayan party list was at nowhere near number 14 over the course of the whole campaign. Kiko at best was at top 15 and Bam at best was at top 11. And then number 2, number 5, number 1. Yun yung mga numbers nila at the end of the election. That's why I cannot help but question the integrity of these surveys because if they were that good at convincing us that we had no chance, paano pa yung mindset ng mga less fortunate Filipinos na walang access sa information na maayos, walang access sa education, so their voting behavior can easily be swayed? Paano pa sila? 'Di ba? So, that's what I've been thinking for the past few days and over the past week na nanalo tayo na kagaya nga ng sinabi ko sa mga kaibigan ko, it almost really convinced us that we had no chance of winning. That's why, in hindsight, that's what makes the 2022 election defeat so bitter and so painful because we all expected that we are gonna win. With the scale that we had during campaigns and during rallies, house to house, ang dami natin. And it did not make sense that we lost over the amount of artist endorsements, the number of people who went to the rallies. Hindi talaga nagme-make sense. Kaya sobrang sakit ng 2022 defeat. In fact, that makes it a lot sweeter ngayon 2025 dahil we did not expect we were gonna win. Relating to my epiphany na dapat nga hindi pinagkakatiwalaan yung mga polls kasi we almost got convinced that we had no chance, but we did. So that brings me to my number 2 point. The youth voted with a vengeance. Wala akong ibang term na magamit kung hindi naghiganti talaga yung mga kabataan na hindi nakaboto ng 2022 because that's what it felt like. People from every party, whichever political party you were sided with, got surprised and shocked. It's very apparent na lahat ng mga partido nagulat na ganito kataas ang numbers ni Kiko at ni Bam. For the longest time, hindi ko na ganong gustong sinasabi yung kabataan ng pag-asa ng bayan kasi I am a heavily pessimistic person and with how the previous elections went, talagang wala na akong ganong optimism sa mga magiging resulta ng eleksyon. And I've been saying this on my live streams, on my videos, that I've only been doing the campaigns for my own conscience. Na para kapag natulog ako sa gabi, payapa yung tulog ko. And in the future, if my daughter ends up asking me what I did for my country, meron akong maisasagot na, anak, I did my best. But with how great the results were, it just sparked a new hope within me that I did not know still existed in my heart. Na pinakita talaga ng kabataan na sila nga yung pag-asa ng bayan. Kasi kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, no one expected it. May kesyo sina Kiko, sina Bam, sina sa DDS camp, sa mga alyansa camp, no one expected we would win at the level that we won. That's why I'm very optimistic about the future. Nabuhay talaga. Nabuhay yung namatay na apoy, kumbaga. You would see me very passionate talking about these things. Pero if I'm being completely honest, I've only been doing it for my conscience. Maybe hanggang dun sa gitna ng election, campaign season. Pero going in the campaign season and seeing how grueling the work, how tedious the process was, nakita ko yung bawat mata ng mga volunteers whenever they would go to campaigns, to rallies, to house, sila ang highlight ko ng kampanyang to. Walang iba. Hindi yung mga influencers, hindi yung mga artista, kundi yung mga volunteers. Well, yung mga artista naman, volunteers naman din sila. Pero yung mga volunteers na nasa ground, nag-house to house, tao sa tao, puso sa puso, mga nasa event, nag-i-ingress, nag-e-egress, baklas, and whatnot, sila. Sila po yung mga naging highlight ko sa kampanyang to. Which brings me to my next point. Number 3 is the youth are not done yet. We might think that this was a really great result, pero the reality of it is the battle is only going to start. Magsisimula pa lang po tayo. And there's still so much work to be done. Ang dami pa po natin kailangan gawin. And one thing we should start with is to gather the people that we gained as allies. Kasi it would have been impossible for us to win had we not converted some people. Totoo po yan. Marami pong mga last-minute votes na pumasok na DDS sila pero binoto pa rin nila si Bam at si Kiko. And I know it's tempting. Kahit ako po, minsan napapapatol pa rin po ako. Pero I've been trying to minimize the amount of pagpatol that I do online. And I just try my best to really educate people with kindness in my heart and with kindness in mind. Kumbaga, I've been a lot more careful with what I say kasi alam natin na sinasabi natin na dapat kahit masakit pa yung sabihin, ganito ganyan, bumoto ka pa rin ng tama. But they are still human beings and I understand that. So, as painful as it may be, kailangan nating mag-adjust kasi we want to win and we want to do what's best for our country even if that means swallowing our pride and trying to be a lot more kinder whenever we talk to people we want to convince because that's the reality of it. Hindi po tayo mananalo kung hindi tayo makakakuha ng mas marami pang taong i-convince. Okay? And what brings me so much more hope in that regard is that the Gen Z voters are not even complete yet. Marami pa rin pong unregistered until now. And sa darating na 2028, most likely makukompleto na po mga Gen Z voters. Plus, added bonus pa na may mga mailang Gen Alphas, including my sibling, na makakaboto na, who will turn 18. So, what's next? Diba? What does this mean in the political landscape of the Philippines? Anong ibig sabihin nito para sa mga trolls? Diba? I think they should start a better strategy starting now. Kasi if Gen Z voters are hard to sway with troll farms, dun na papunta yung number of voters. Parami na ng parami yung mga taong boboto na nakababata, di ba? Parami ng parami yan. So, wait lang, nandiyan natin kaibigan ko. Let me check. Parami na ng parami yung mga tao na bata na boboto pagdating sa 2028. So, it would be foolish for these troll farms to still try the same strategy, which I doubt that they would. For sure, may try silang bago. Kasi nga pakonti na ng pakonti yung matatanda who are more susceptible to fake news and disinformation and padami na ng padami yung mga batang edukado, nakapag-aral, more chronically online, tech-savvy, so they could easily tell what's real and what's not. They do their own research, so that is where my hope lies within. So, what does that mean? What does that mean for our country? What does that bring to our country? Ang masasabi ko lang dyan ay paparating pa lang tayo sa exciting part. And if you've done so much in this campaign, prepare to do so much more in the next coming years because we're only just getting started.